Hello, and as always, a very warm welcome to this week's Thought for the week of the 9th of March 2026, that is. This newsletter comes to you from the grad team, and my name is Ruda Landman. We're talking about time, about getting a hold of, getting control of time, and this week, what to do first. In these first newsletters of the year, we are generally discussing the basic building blocks for finding order in your life for the rest of your life. This is worth thinking through. It will make your life much easier and less stressful so that you don't end up like the poor guy in our picture on your phone. Last week, we talked about making a schedule, and if you missed that, there's a link in the text. And that means that you can block out time for study, sport, clubs, friends, etc. That is an essential tool as you start the year. But within those blocks, what do you do first? Where do you start? What needs to be done today and what can maybe wait until tomorrow? Let's give you some pointers. First, make a list of everything you need to do. Actually, make two lists. One for your studies and one for personal stuff. Don't worry about putting the items on the list in any order. Just write them all down. Once you have a list, you can start sifting and ordering using a very handy tool from a book Stephen Covey wrote in 1989 called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He developed what he called a time management matrix. And there's a link to a great video that explains it all. As an aside, you will hear when you listen to that video, you will hear that it's an AI voice. It's very interesting to hear the inflection or lack thereof. Okay, so back to the time management matrix. The basic idea is to make a difference between things that are important and things that are urgent. Look at the picture on your phone. There's a man sitting in front of a screen and it has 4 blocks. Top left, A, top right, B, bottom left, C, bottom right, D. And there are different things in every block. Please go to the image on your phone and check it out. To turn this idea into practice for yourself, you now do this. You divide a piece of paper into 4 quarters or quadrants, and you write at the top left, urgent, and the top right, not urgent. And then down the side, you write important and not important. So now you have 4 quadrants. Urgent and important, that's top left, quadrant A. Not urgent and important in the top right, that's quadrant B. Not important and urgent, that's bottom left, quadrant C. And not urgent and not important in the bottom right, quadrant D. Look at your list of things to do. Consider each one. Is it important? Is it urgent? Which quadrant does it belong in? Find a place for everything on your list. And now ask yourself, where do you spend most of your time? If you're mostly doing things in quadrant A, which are, in other words, urgent and important, you are in crisis mode, sure to burn out. If you're constantly in quadrant C, urgent but not necessarily important, you're just reacting to whatever life throws at you with no plan or control. That's not a good idea. Quadrant D, which is not urgent and not important, that has fun stuff, and it should have a place in your life, but you have to limit it in the same way you limit how much sweets you eat. This is the home of social media. Keep a close watch on that. Your focus should be in quadrant B, things that are important but not urgent. Those are things like planning, setting goals, regular study, building relationships, and exercise. You will have time for that if you make a schedule and stick to it. There's also a link to a previous thought for the week on sticking to your goals, because that is the most important thing. A schedule is a fantastic tool to combat stress. If you use your study hours today to study for a test next week, you won't be stressed out the evening before. But how to stick to it is another question. So now finally, go back to your list of things to do. Put stuff that is urgent and important at the top of the list, then those items not urgent but important, and push everything else to the very bottom. You will see the more time you give to things that are not urgent but important, the fewer emergencies you will have with things that are dreadfully important and must be done immediately. Okay, that's it for today. Happy planning from the grad team. Oh, and do share and send it on if you like this. We'd love to have new people.